sit back, relax. I got a story to tell, and I sure do. And this is for my pretty girls. My pretty in spirit and pretty on the outside, just pretty all around. Cheers to y'all. You guys make the world so beautiful with your feminine touches. I love the way you guys add your feminine touches like butterflies. You come in, sprinkle it in, and then you go off in your beautiful journeys. I have a story to tell for my pretty girls. Pretty in spirit, pretty in mind. Whether you have allowed yourself to completely 110% feel beautiful in the outside and in the inside, right? Because there's girls who go out here with the active mind, like, okay, I'm not pretty, I'm gonna be super smart. And then when they run into a beautiful, smart woman, it confuses them because they felt and put themselves in that self-prison cage that they could only be smart, not beautiful. I have some family members like that, where they'll be like, oh, like, I'm the smart one, you're the pretty one, you're the funny one. And then I know it confused them when one day I showed up and I was the funny, the smart, and the pretty. Like, it's like, no, you just trying to take the shine. Now it's like sun versus sun. You know, when I said in that last video, when sun speaks, you let the sun speak, you let the sun shine. You got suns versus suns out here. Goodness gracious. Anyways, to my story, y'all. The title of this video is going to be The Charm to End All Charms. Have you guys heard of that expression? The charm to end all charms. When people go out here and you guys are dating losers, they have a potion in their spirit. The charm to end all charms. Some of you guys don't know that you get these charms to end all charms. This charm to end all charms simply through speaking with the enemy's children. I know countless of women who've gotten the charm to end all charms sexually at a young age. Some 20, some, and from what I'm reading, apparently older women in their 80s and 90s ain't safe. The enemy has no age limit on giving out the charm to end all charms. And what is the charm to end all charms? It is a situation, it could be one little sentence to break your spirit down. And where I got it from is this girl was very beautiful. And she noticed that because she was so beautiful, her mother wanted to sell her off. People, like, they wanted her to go to a whorehouse. Like, the girl was so classy and beautiful that people were basically, through their conversation, charms and all charms, even through verbal, because it ultimately led to, like, her ended up, well, anyways. So she noticed she was so pretty that people were trying to lead her destiny and say what was right for this girl, right? And so she was like talking to her jealous ass stepsister. Some of y'all got jealous ass half sisters, jealous ass stepsisters, jealous sisters. Anyways, so she was talking to her jealous stepsister and was like, oh, like, people are trying to sell you off, girl. I got a charm to end all charms for that ass. And lo and behold, she sent her little sister to go be trespassed by 5 different men. A charm to end all charms. Why? Because after that trespassing, she felt disgusted. She felt like, yeah, you guys are right. I am a hoe. Take me to the hoe house. Like, this could happen to me. Oh, I'm destined for hoedom. Take me to the hoe house. Some of y'all feel destined to feel ugly your whole life. Some of you guys have moms who got the charm of all charms when she was a girl, ain't told you. Some of you don't know that your mom has gotten charm to end all charms, and she's keeping it hidden down. So when she's weird with you, so when she's jealous with you, and it's not to condone it, because you got to fix your hurt like I had to fix mine up in the bed. You got people and men, which is what I spoke about in previous videos. You got men out here who are bold, muscles, strong, masculine. Don't talk that gay around me. And you don't even know he got the charm to end all charms. Now, whether he's working with the devil, he got the charm. Like, he'll give you a charm to end all charms. But I mean, he was trespassed where he got the charm to end all charms. He got the charm. You got a lot of people out here who are walking and not believing in God's magnificence, God's brilliance. You guys, you know, and TD Jakes, I don't even know how it didn't dawn on Shorty. God came as Jesus. I know I told you that in a recent video, but when TD Jakes said it, it even made it more clear that when you call to God in Jesus' name, you're calling to the human part of him that understands you. He knows, because he was here trying to free his people, and y'all was trying to give him the charm to end all charms. Dust for gold. And y'all are out here brilliant, beautiful, smart, but you got kicked down when you was little. And you had to build confidence you had to end that charm. Some of you guys are walking in life ending charms placed on you. And because the enemy knew that if you was rocking with this charm, even if you were beautiful, you wouldn't smile the same. Even if you were gorgeous, you wouldn't know you were gorgeous. You had the charm. So you got a lot of people out here who got charms, who've been trespassed, who've been hurt verbally, physically. I'm talking the works. And they're coming out here to give y'all that same charm. The charm to end all charms. Some of y'all, it's in the form of an STD, whether you can get rid of it or not. A charm. Some of y'all, it's to trespass your body, to make you think Hodom is all there is for you. A charm. Like men who use their leadership and their masculinity to lead, they move mountains. Men who move their authority and leadership in a toxic way lead hoes. You a pimp. They're not seeing that there is a way to feel gorgeous and victorious in this life above all charms, to end any charm, stomping, tramping through all that. But God needs you to be aware if you got one, if you got a charm, to think you're only smart and not a gorgeous creation of God, to only feel pretty and not smart with the mind of God, to think your body's only used for and you got the body of God. You are God-like. And I'm not calling y'all gods, because I was watching that movie Gods of Egypt, and I was like, they should have named this Deities of Egypt. Because it's kind of like, you know, when y'all love someone and you love them so much, you're like, okay, this is my baby. This is my baby. And then you go out calling everyone baby. It's not hitting the same. So when people are out here like gods, goddesses, right? I'm kind of like, okay, all right. But when you pray to the actual God, it ain't going to hit the same. You don't have to talk to him about it. Anyways, I woke up, y'all. I took a nap. And I woke up and I was like, wow, people don't know that people are out here with certain freaking vibes and foul minds. You guys, like in that movie, Gods of Egypt, Deities of Egypt, the brother was trying to take the dude's eyes. Because what happens, y'all, is the devil does not reveal people in themselves. When you are rocking with the devil and you have yet to go with God and fully give yourself to him, the devil has a way of making you feel worthless. Like you need that person's eye makeup. Like you need that person's mind. Like you need that person's heart instead of building your own. Instead of honing in on your machine, who you are. And that's why I said a couple of videos ago about getting plastic surgery. I'm not against that. In fact, when I see a bad bitch and I know she done up from the flow, I don't even care. You look fine. Sexy. My whole point is you want to spend time with your machine because you got too many people under the devil's program thinking they can just get, and now on the good side of charms, collecting beautiful charms, right? Stealing, programming, not earning for real, not knowing who they are for real, and this isn't about the plastic surgery, we're past that. You got people out here copying styles, taking little, like literally a Build-A-Bitch. I'm gonna take her, perfect, voila. God couldn't have done it better himself without your help, right? The devil does not allow people to know themselves, and he's on the bad side of charms. He wants y'all to collect this because he wants you to see no value to you. Because when you don't think you're beautiful, when you don't think you're great, when you don't think you're glorious, you aren't smiling the same. Like I said, you're not eating right. You're not meant to be just smart in this bit. And you're not only meant to be pretty in this bit. You're not only meant to be rich or poor. God wants to experience life through you gloriously. He knows how he feels when he's in your body and he's reading your thoughts. He knows what's going on. That's why he'll lead you to eat or fast. Like eat salads or fast or eat fruits only. Like he's in your thoughts, he's in your body, he's everywhere. Calculating. Too much sugar? No. Nah. Cause the thing is about a lot of people is they know they've had charms, the bad ones, right? And God's worked with them. And so when he's in your spirit, in your body, in your mind, he knows that if you keep on this path of eating this same whatever you're eating, you're liable to think about your bad charm. You're liable to think about that incident. You're liable to think about that ex. And he is not bringing confusion. He doesn't want you, like y'all, if you got a situation, you're like, yes, no. God is not like that. He's very clear and cut. If you ask him for a sign, he'll give you one that day. And I don't know how y'all are with your relationship, but me, one day. Okay, anyways, I wasn't planning on making this video super long, but I wanted you guys to know that the devil's out here trying to give y'all the charm to end all charms. He's trying to give you guys a reason to feel ugly in this bit. He's trying to give y'all a reason to feel stupid as hell. That's why God really wants you to be who you are and original to you and own who you are and realize it's not going to be like everyone else, because when people come to you, the enemy comes to you trying to give you a charm to end all charms, make you feel crazy about yourself and your decisions, your choices, your style. You have to own it, my friend. You have to be like, okay, well, yeah, duh, bitch, I chose it. Are you using your brain? Duh. Right? Everything about you has to be owned. And you have to, I'm telling y'all, God with y'all, he's like a best friend. And when you guys have a best friend and you know that she's keeping a secret from you, like there's like you actually know for a fact she's keeping something from you and you know exactly what it is, but you're just waiting on her to tell you. Because like, why aren't you telling me? I have nothing but your best intentions at heart, and I can't wait to give you this advice. I've been and you know, I've been waiting. But you got to open your mouth. So there's a lot of things you guys are going to have to come to God about. And I'm talking about every little thing. And I want to act like y'all are like on first grade, like accord with God. But God wants to know every little detail. Every little detail. He wants to know everything. He wants to take pleasure in what you take pleasure in. In the positive, of course. Anyways. So you're gonna have to kick that charm to the fucking, like, y'all gonna have to give him, you gonna have to like this is how I envision it, and I'm giving you guys this little tidbit, you know, me with God, because I'm so serious about it. I will have like a pretend meeting with him, like he's the FBI, right? And we're sitting in the interrogation room, and I open my briefcase and I give him files. Every so often, if I have to do it, I will do it, and I will clear my suitcase. I'm giving him files on everyone, the dirt I have on them, how they've treated me, how I feel, and he'll open it up and you'll see a big picture of them and all of what I feel, the dirt, the grime, the heaviness of it all, and he'll close it up, he'll take it, and it's to be discussed no more. Sometimes I'm surprised by whose faces are even in there because I didn't know I had feelings. I didn't know I was still feeling away. Some of y'all, it's not even faces, it's situations. You won't have to give him those case files and be honest about everything that's in them, even how you feel. Because he know every little detail, every little thing. He know you. And he knows you well. So he knows that the enemy's coming out here to give y'all charms, and you gonna have to give him the charm. Because he's going to transmogrify that into something extremely extraordinary in your life. You won't know how you went from a situation where you felt dirt and fucking grime from the enemy, and God washed you clean. The only remnants of the situation is what people remember. You're clean. You're whole. So that's why I be out here, and like, I'm not calling everyone dumb, you know, but like, I'm out here, I'm like, why are y'all acting like y'all got a charm? Why are y'all acting like y'all got like 6 or 7 fucking charms? Why are y'all acting like you got the one charm to end all charms up in the bit? You have to give that to God, because you acting ugly. You acting hella ugly. You ain't smiling. You ain't doing a thing. And it's not to say that when people smile, they're really happy. So use your discernment. This is about me and you genuinely being happy. Give that hurt, give that to God, whatever it is. Whether the charm came in verbal abuse, physical abuse, anything. Whether it's literally not even any of that. You literally just came out your mama's woohoo, operating under her sin waves, and so you feel her hurt. You feel her charm. Some of y'all, that's what y'all doing. You're here to clear those sins of your forefathers, right? Or it feels that way anyways. Because it's like, well, dang, like, whatever, like, why wasn't I allowed to be fully confident? Why wasn't I allowed to be fully embraced? Because your parents got a charm, and it's on you, and God's going to work with you to make you clean. It's time to start acting clean in this. It's time to stop acting single-dimensional when you're multi-dimensional. It's time to start acting like you smart, pretty, winning, glowing, winning, prosperous, all that in the bit. 2, 2, 2, 2. I saw 4 2s on the clock. And I've been seeing that number a lot lately. Anyways. One thing I can't get with Raven about, and that's one discrepancy, homegirl, is every like song, like I was listening to Supernatural or Superstitious, sorry, her song Superstitious, and I'm this song now, and I just heard it right when I turned it up. She said, I don't know, but it happens to me. I don't know where I got it, but it happens to me. I don't know where my visions come from, but it happens to me. Don't stop playing the man above. If y'all don't stop playing our Father for these mere muggles who's out here trying to give y'all charms every time you encounter them. Like y'all, I said in the last video I had bubble, and then because of the person showed up, and I talked to God about it, and literally he told me that I was only gonna get a verbal charm. When you get around people, they'll say something to make you doubt your plans. They'll say something to make you doubt who you are. They'll give you a little charm. It's not always a big one, right? The one that makes you feel super ugly and, right? It's a little one to make you doubt yourself, to doubt who you are in God. Just through a conversation with this said human being. So it wasn't up to me to act super scared. I just didn't understand my dream and then them showing up. But he let me know, no, they was going to try and put a charm in your plan. So it wasn't big, it was little. Anyways, I break those curses. Isaiah 17, up in the bit. Weapons form, but they do not prosper. Is it Isaiah 17, 54, 17? Y'all let me know. Anyways, you're too dang amazing. But it's time to stop acting like Raven Simone and stop acting like you don't know where it came from. Stop acting like you don't know where your knowing comes from. I don't know, but it just happens to me. You know where it come from, homegirl. The Alpha, the Omega, and everything in between. Our Father. So kick those charms. Give God those files. It's time to breathe, eat, smell, and be amazing in this bitch. Let's do a cheers. Cheers to 2026, dropping all charms, truly dropping them, truly walking in our amazingness, truly believing we are divine. We are not gods, and we ain't goddesses, but we are divine. What we say has to mean something. So we're not just calling ourselves gods when we know we didn't rise or set the moon. We're not calling ourselves gods when I swear, if we start choking, it shows us how little we are. Y'all will get real big in the bit, and God will show you how little you are when you start acting bigger than the program. So cheers to giving him that dirty grind, and cheers to the clean freshness that is our life. 0 to hero, just like that. Y'all is going from 0 to fucking heroes at this time. The enemy's mission was that you stay at that 0. Stay at that 0 with your evil life influence charm. And it was up to God to get you to realize, because God made it his mission. He knew that ultimately, this is actually one of my favorite Disney movies. Because I felt like Hercules. As a little kid, I felt like I had all these strengths and abilities, didn't know how to utilize them, didn't know how to utilize my voice, felt ostracized. And it's not that my parents didn't understand, they couldn't. They still had their charms. There was a veil. So God, I talked to God, and I was like, well, dang, what, like, you know, like, why'd you bring me here, right? And he was like, nah, I didn't, you know, like, he just basically was like, you don't get to, because I think a lot of people, they have a thought, especially when they're in that depression stage or early on in life, you know, that teen morphosis, like that metamorphosis your brain goes through, and your teen self dies, and you transform into your adulthood, right? Like, I think I had that feeling like Hercules, like, well, why can't I just go with you? And he's like, nah, you gotta stay on Earth, prove that you're a freaking champ, and then in that hero, zero to hero, then you can think about coming back home, right? God wants y'all to prove yourselves. Hercules ended up with muscles, strength, all the girls wanted him, all because all the abilities that people were making fun of him, he strengthened. Sure did. That's why I love that movie. But even in that test, even in that, the enemy was still messing with him. Try to get to him through his girl. Try to get to him through obstacles and tests. And still, God and Hercules prevailed. I know that's right. So that's one of my favorite movies, because y'all gonna be out here and you gonna have to prevail. I love it for you, because it's like, once you get to that side, some of y'all there, but once you get to that side, you realize the enemy ain't you. What you feel about the devil heavy projected on God's children at this time. All that trash, and you get to look at it because it's there, it's in your past, it's in your clear view. In retrospect, wow, the enemy ain't anyone rocking with the enemy. You know, like, that's why you don't get to idolize people, no matter how famous. No one, because you're gonna look at them and you're gonna see. Y'all something. I'm gonna end it with this. The enemy is heavily working on influencing the divine ones. You got all these 3D people who went out here, dated Tom, Dick, and Harry, didn't test the spirit, had their baby, just got married. And then what do these people do? They go on TikTok and voice their story about being a loser-ass mom, about being a loser-ass wife, and then a loser-ass life. I'm telling you this, 3D people do this. And so that's the plan, to heavily influence the divine ones out of having divine union, divine babies, and living that divine life. The enemy's children, because it comes in any type of form. It comes in a nurse, a lawyer, a doctor. They come in any type of form. A messy bun, messy cute little hair, and a big fucking sweater, and she might have glasses. Yeah, I wouldn't have children. With her non-divine ass influencing you divine ones out of your divine mission and task, out of your stuff, as any divine person who's ever been treated divine in a relationship. If they want their divine person, if they want their divine baby, if they want their divine life, non-influenced in any area, they want that. They getting that. That's what God wants for them. And he wants that for y'all. But y'all on TikTok getting influenced by 3D people who didn't even check in with God about this person. So of course shit is weird. Shit, there are problems. And what do these people got? Is a fucking phone and a voice and a perspective to shift your divine ass out of your divine stuff. The devil told Pharaoh, go kill those babies. One of those is going to overtake you. And so how he's doing it in modern time, y'all don't want babies. It's too hard. You ain't going to have the money. You're going to be stressed. Look at that 3D bitch with her bags, because it's hard. She ain't checked in with nothing about nothing. Everything is coming out of surprise, random. She's feeling beat down because she ain't checking to God, with God about nothing. And then once again on TikTok, these platforms and influence y'all out of having your baby Moses. These are the modern day crocodiles y'all are seeing. So no, you're not going to hear me talk anymore about this for real, but I want my divine stuff. The divine ring, the divine baby. And this is without being culturally influenced. This is without being like, oh, you're programmed. Nah, I'm not. Because I'm very serious about that topic. I ain't never had an abortion, never had a baby, never had none of that, because I'm taking it to God. I had to go through my test of karmics first. I'm not attaching myself to karmics. And then I'm not being influenced by you karmics making videos on TikTok about my divine shit. You're not influencing nothing. And then take it a step further. If y'all out here making videos about not having babies, about not having divine unions, don't let me go to your page and nothing about you is in God. Nothing about you is giving divine. Pretty ugly, stressed out, nothing. I can see all through that. God makes himself known. So once I test your spirit after you, because if I'm so willing not to have a baby, so willing not to find my divine partner, I must check you out. And every single one of y'all. And none of y'all foot the bill. I'm not killing baby Moses for you. Oh, like y'all, I did babysitting for really rich people in LA, and I'm telling y'all, the mamas, there are moms out here doing such a good job. They laughing at y'all on TikTok. What a fucking disgrace. What a shame. Y'all want to be so relatable. Y'all talking against your own divine, if you want to believe, right? You're speaking against your own flesh and blood on a fucking app for likes. Losers. Trying to be relatable. Ain't talk to God about nothing. I know it's hard. I was a CDA. I used to literally every single day watch 2 autistic babies. But I knew, and like those rich moms knew, you gotta get down to business. This ain't no TikTok time. You're raising your baby. You knew that. And then, if you rushed into that decision and now the baby's here and you're just now thinking, who didn't talk to God? Before, after, post, nothing. You didn't talk to God about nothing. So no, I take everyone's opinion with a grain of salt, because if y'all out here, like I know y'all got charms, the enemy is going to give y'all charms. And then what? That baby stretches out your belly. You don't feel the same in your body. And then you still ain't checking in with God. Oh, you got a charm. And then y'all just out here on TikTok giving your charms and thinking we taking it. If y'all on TikTok talking about your flesh and blood and that baby ain't did nothing, ain't asked to be here and nothing, oh, y'all got some repenting to do. I don't talk too much about what y'all need to repent for, because I let y'all decide. But big facts. You made a TikTok about your baby to relate to losers. People who just dating Tom, Dick, and Harry to prove they are wifey people, material before God. Get married in a church, but ain't talk to God now, lick. These moms out here zipping and zooing it, who locked in, y'all making I see moms, they ain't on TikTok. They don't even let their kids get on TikTok. Those kids ain't got phones. I remember I watched these 2 babies. Oh my gosh. The mom did not want them on a computer, no TV, no cell phone. Like, when I was over there, it was stories, it was games. But these kids were because they weren't overstimulated in the wrong shit. They were so smart. They were so funny. They were so great to be around. And because babies they think they're smarter than us, they were so mischievous. You know, it was always a surprise. I was always on my toes. I definitely didn't need to be on my phone around those babies, you know. But what I've learned from doing that babysitting is it's serious work, and you're gonna want to be involved with God during that process. And then the enemy got y'all having babies and then sending you a man with a charm who's really trying to like make you feel ugly and crazy after you had his, oh my gosh. I don't know. But I know it's a disgrace to talk about your flesh and blood for likes. To be relatable to people who ain't locked in yet. Shame. So anyways, you're great, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, but you gotta tap in. God don't want y'all out here getting charms in form of STDs, having to break curses from losers who just talk and verbally talk and dropping their mental garbage off on your doorstep, and you taking it in like you're really ugly, like you're really stupid, like you're really unvaluable. Like you are disposable. And that, you know what I mean? So give God all those charms. Give God those briefcases. And stop acting like it's hard to human in this bit. When you just gotta give that dirt, like y'all, like there's this, like basically, if you were a person and you were camping up a hill, and up the hill is life, right? You got all these charms, all these files, you got all your shit that you idolize before God. Oh, that journey to the top, it gets heavy. In fact, you might be walking a little bit slow. You might need sticks. You know, it's gonna be a long journey. So you wondering why people is getting to the top, why people are doing this, because they're free in their mental. They're free in spirit. How are they just doing that? Oh my gosh, everyone my age is just doing that. It's because you got all your charms, you got all your baggage, you got all your shit. And then some of y'all, while you going up, y'all love to be distracted. So whoever's talking to y'all while y'all got all this shit to unpack, you stopping and talking. You stopping and helping. You stop, even though you're the one who needs the help. You're the one who needs to get the wedge out of your eye. So that journey is really interesting, y'all. When you don't unpack your shit. When you don't be giving everything to God. So I wanted to say that. I love y'all. Be smart out here. Stop following the crowds. The only crowd we follow is God, and that's in the form of us being sheep. That for God only. Only. Because when you follow God, it gets really easy to look at people like, the fuck do y'all be on? So we just thought it was cool to start a trend about talking about babies? We just gonna support artists who are firing at each other, talking about babies? Don't y'all see the plan, the plot? Don't y'all see that these are people who got distracted with karmics and fucked up men, and now no, all the men are fucking trash? I saw this girl, and I know I be dressing all sexy, and I want to tell y'all something about my sexy, y'all. When I did modeling, like plus size, skinny, it didn't matter. I had to be topless with 2 people in the room and then measure my nipple to my collarbone. And I had to do that every week. I got very free in that department, modeling. When I did acting, I knew very well that if I wanted to do it professionally and seriously, oh yeah, I want to be naked in this bit. Me and God had our talks, but I was very serious about being so open in every area, not porn or anything like that. Like seriously, like I just wanted to be open to my craft. But you got girls, because I'm not saying mine is different from theirs. I just want to explain why I'm a little more free in that area, if you were ever fucking curious. But I saw a girl who was doing a thing, I could read the spirit, and then she put out a video saying, why would you have babies in this economy? You guys, when you get with God, it shouldn't matter. It won't. I'm telling you, if you get your divine man and y'all got a baby, oh my gosh, God bless you. And people and the enemy's children have made it seem like a curse. Like, you stupid. follow the devil's children and their programming and what they on. Oh my gosh, y'all. Because I know, I'm not dumb. I know that the devil has his whole program where if you operate in that, hell no, you don't want to date. Hell no, you don't want children. In that program, and they correct. Stop having the devil's children. They absolutely correct. But once you get with God and his plan, oh, you're going to want your divine baby. You're going to want your divine union. You're going to want your divine life. And then you're going to want to stop comparing God's sector with the devil's. You're going to want to stop hearing that side of TikTok when you have now given your life to God. They don't mix. You should be only looking at them like, yeah, y'all need to stop having children. Correct. That's the only thing I agreed with y'all devil fucking heifer since. That's the only thing I can agree with it. That's the only thing I can get with. You right. Stop having babies. Y'all right. But y'all, when God gets you with your person, when it starts getting divine a little bit, when you start talking to God and following God, God bless you and your baby. 444 on the clock. You ain't got to be scared of nothing with God. You ain't got to be scared of nothing with God. Isaiah 54:17. But y'all need to stop letting this side prosper. Okay? So I don't want to be hearing about that. If you divine, I ain't gonna hear that. I ain't gonna hear for real, and God told me this. God's babies and really people who have locked in that motherlyhood, you ain't gonna hear them on TikTok. I'm sorry, you're not. Only the bitches who, like, for real, ain't locked in, ain't talking to God, and then that partner is making it hard, so now they want to disown and put a video about the baby on TikTok. You and your man ain't right. Let your man be paying every fucking bill. Let your man be handling his masculine duties. Let you be handling your womanly duties, and you happy. Your baby smart in this. You ain't getting on TikTok saying fucking nothing. You know your baby says mom, 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 mom. You know your kid's gonna be prone to be fucking annoying. But in that annoying, just like that beautiful dog, you're not gonna get on TikTok and disgrace your fucking family for likes. You're not. And then you divine ones, you ain't looking at that shit as if it's the shit. As if it's the thing. I don't feel sorry for people who moved at their own fucking beat and did their own fucking thing and now they hate their shit. That ain't got shit to do with me. You feel me? That ain't got nothing to do with me. And it ain't got nothing to do with you. If you giving God your briefcases and you making your journey up your life's hill freer and happier.